Welcome back. This is stage four, Lack It Up, Bridges and Boardwalks. Well, I want to say this was a pretty good race. This is my first time running it. You know, I'm permanently in Cat C, so that's that. I want to start off by saying thank you to everybody who gave me a comment. Thank you to all of y'all who gave me comments, man. I really appreciate them. Also, thank y'all for subscribing to me. I think I'm up to like 176. Hey, come on, we almost at 200. I remember last year I was yelling, begging people to get me to 100 by the first of the year, and literally on New Year's Day, I crossed over to 100 subscribers. So I'm only about 24, 25 subscribers short of getting 200 by May, and then we can focus on 500. Yeah, let's just try to get 250 in. So that's what I'm just trying to slowly build it up, man. This is the love y'all are showing me. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody who subscribed to me. I'm trying to get 100 likes on the video. That'll be my first time ever doing that, so I really want to get 100 likes on the video. I think, oh man, it's pretty cool. Yes, I have been working on my homestead channel. That's gonna be another thing I do. I'm really liking that. But let me get back to this. This video is the first time I did this stage four. I will do it again, but like I say, a lot of y'all know that I'm a truck driver, so I'm not out of town all the time. I'm only in town like 2 days a week. So I'm leaving today and I'll be back around Thursday night, Friday morning. My loads normally leave out on Monday and I'm back Wednesday, and that's why I can do the triple T races on Thursday nights. But this week it kind of felt funny, so I won't be back until Thursday night, Friday morning. So the next time I race will probably be Friday afternoon, somewhere in there. I can't wait to do it. Another thing I'm not doing no more is the tiny races. First of all, a lot of those don't get that many views anyway when I put them up, and I can do other things like the Torture Fest, or I like the Create races, and so I kind of just I'm playing off of those. Plus, I like doing my 100 miles at least once a month with I want to see the BDZs. I can't remember, y'all. I messed your name up. If I remember, I'll put it in the introductions right here above my name or somewhere. But I usually do it. It's the little black bear symbol. I forgot the name of the group. But I usually do 100 miles on Saturdays. So, and at least do it at least once or twice a month. So I haven't done it yet this month, so my mileage is kind of low for the month. I'm only at like 150, 175 miles for this month, so my number's kind of low. Normally I'm used to getting like 300 to almost 400 miles a month on Swift. My numbers are low on my hydro, but hey, I'm getting them back up. I'm getting back into things, and so that's the good part about it. But what I want to talk about is this race is that it's timing. It's a hill in the middle of the race. It's not a super steep hill. It's the timing that I got to figure out when to sell out. And the next time I run this race, I guarantee I'm gonna finish in the top 3 because I realized what I did wrong. And I'm gonna show y'all here, and I really highlighted what I did wrong, and you'll understand, because as a bigger rider, you have to time everything. It's all calculations, because the lighter riders have an advantage on the hill climb. If I can climb the hill with you, you're in trouble on the other side of the hill. That's the way I put it. But I chose when to sell out at the wrong time, and you'll see it. So with all that being said, let's get into this video. What, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're on. And when you take off on here, I noticed a lot of people took off pretty fast, and it forced me to speed up a little bit, but after that, it's kind of melted back down. We stayed at about 40 kilometers an hour around this whole thing, which is roughly 23 miles, 24 miles an hour, which is not a hard thing for me. If you notice my heart rate, I'm getting very good. I've been working on that for a long time, so it's not really that bad. In fact, if you're a heavier guy, or if you're somebody working out, I would suggest that you get your heart looked at a lot. I get mine looked at once a year. I see my cardiologist every 6 months, just checking up on me. It was funny when I first had it done recently, about a year ago. I hadn't had it done in like 4 years, so I decided, man, I'm getting close to 50. Let me go get this thing checked out. And I got it checked out the first time, and she put the little EKG thing on me, and they were like, "Oh man, let's get a more in-depth look at your heart." I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?" And so I go get a stress test. They put me on the treadmill. Now you gotta understand, I've been riding the hydro for a little while, not that long, but I've been rowing like a million. I had 1,000,000 meters on my rower by then. I'm almost to 2 million now. But I have been rowing on my rower for like 2 years, man. So I have been working out on this thing like all the time, putting in like 40,000, 50,000 meters every month for like 2 years. So my heart was like, my resting rate a lot of times like 60 beats, somewhere in 59, 60 beats a minute. So when I'm not doing anything, I'm sitting there just looking at TV or something. I can literally look at my watch and my heart rate's like 63, 62, 59, somewhere in there. So I guess they were kind of confused because it was so low and you were standing there. So then they were like, oh, we need to do a nuclear where they put the stuff in your arm and then they put you in the MRI. And so it made it seem like it was a big deal. They had me all scared. And so they said, when we get the results back, the doctor gonna contact you. So a week go by, 2 weeks go by. Now let me let you know that every 3 months, because I'm diabetic and it's not out of control. I don't take insulin or anything. I really watch my numbers. One reason I really watch how I eat. I take care of myself. I was waiting. So 1 month go by, 2 months go by, then finally it's the 3rd month for my visit with all my doctors. I make them on the same day because the way here in America, some people come, like especially my trucking company, you only get a certain amount of days for vacation. You don't get sick days. So I try to do all my stuff in 1 day. So I go see my regular primary care doctor and she looks into it and she starts to laugh. And she goes, everything's perfectly fine. He said, all your numbers, your x-ray, your image of your heart, everything is good. I said, but why did they act that? She said, because you kind of developing what she called it was an athletic heart. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, what have I done? She's like, no, because of all the exercise and all the things you're doing, you push your heart so that it's not hurting itself. So she said, probably when they saw it was so low, they were thinking something was wrong. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And just so, let me get back into this phrase. I know I got off into a tangent, y'all. I'm sorry about that. And sometimes I do that. But as you can see on this phrase, every time we come down the hill, here's the thing. When we come down the hill, I get in front, and I really don't want to be in front. Really don't. Now, there's a strategy I was thinking about changing up, but I don't think I need to change it. Early in the mornings, I have to realize sometimes it's afternoon over in Europe and stuff like that for y'all, you know, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon for y'all. I think y'all 5 hours ahead, 6 hours ahead of me because I run with NTS a lot. And we're trying to get me back into the ladder races, but I have a thing going on. Swift kind of mad at me. And I was kind of mad at Swift, and I had a couple words. So now they fixed my numbers, they adjusted everything, but they will not talk to me. They're not gonna talk to me to save my life. And all I need for them to say is, because they WRL, all that stuff lets me race, but the ladder races want a letter from Swift going, you free to race, but there's nothing holding me back from any race now. But because Swift won't talk to me, even with email, I call them every week. All I wanted y'all to do is go send an email to the ladder so I can go ahead and race my ladder races. The thing about ladder races, which I'm gonna let y'all know, and y'all can see the video, it's really good video. But the thing about ladder races is that that's where I first ran against C's because NTS put me up against the C's. And that's when I realized I can actually compete with them. And so that's why I like the ladder races, but until Swift sends the ladder people something, everybody else is fine. I can race my team on anything else except the ladder races because they want something from Swift, which if you look on Swift Power, you can see why I used to suspend it then when they fixed everything and now I'm back good. If somebody knows Swift, just get them to send them some so I can race with them. It's no big deal. I mean, hey, I was thinking, you know, like I was upset with Swift and I was like, look, man, I'm losing weight, I'm losing all this poundage. If y'all want to take it and do a commercial about how big guys are losing weight with your app, you got the perfect guy for it. But hey, look, anything else I can race. So the ZRLs, the the triple team race, I can go all of those. But the ladder races has just been a butthole. So that's why you hear me saying I can't race the ladder, but I can race everything else. So anyway, back to this, I'm sorry, y'all. I've been going on a tangent this morning. I get hyped up when I wake up early. I wake up every day at the same time, about 4 o'clock. So as you can see in this, what I did with this race, since this is my first one running, what I did with this race was, only time they can catch up to me on the climb. So what I was trying to do, not let them get too far ahead on the climb. So you see, we're on the 2nd round on this climb. And as I come up under here, I look at it, I'm looking at my graph, And you see, as we come up to the flat, that's where I catch up to him, and then I can just take off on the downhill. So the problem is that I have to time it just right. And so I mistimed this thing back on the last lap. But you're gonna see on this next lap as we come around, you see I'm in front on this thing and I'm by myself. I'm not really spending a lot of wattage coming down. I spend wattage coming up to here. You see it's at 3.1, 3.0 in 5 minutes. That's why I hit it hard coming down. But coming down the hill, you look at my speed and I'm just lapping people coming down the hill. I have to get to the top of the hill with everyone else. So the thing I was worried about was burning out and coming up the hill, but I have to remember I don't have to do anything coming down on the other side of the hill. And I think because I was thinking that the hill was harder than what it was, even though I had been around it twice, I kind of confused myself and I didn't hit it at the right spot. So if you look at the graphic down on my map, you see us coming back around on this hill again. There's a slight hill first, and then you go down for a slight decline, then you hit the actual hill. At that spot right there, at the actual hill, I'm gonna have to sell out. It's only 1.1 kilometers from that bottom of that hill to the right here where you go under there. And all I need is an arrow on the other side, and I hit the arrow at the bottom of the hill, and I should be fine. I timed it wrong. See, right here, I got behind him and I drafted with him. And I was like, okay, since he got in front of me, I'm just gonna ride with him. And my mindset should have stayed with him no matter what. No matter if I had to give 400 watts, if I had to go 1,000 watts, I should have stayed with him. But I was concerned about my heart rate and everything, and he's a lot lighter. Whoever it is, they're a lot lighter rider than I am. So I knew they were gonna pull away from me. But there's a time when we come right here, when we get right here, this is where I'm gonna change my strategy for this race. So y'all can understand. There's a little hill climb. I need to push to keep with him. It's only 5% right here. 5% is where he's really like, you see he's pulling away. Now when we come over here, over this side right here, is when I gotta put it in. I gotta put it in right here to get the speed up so I can climb again. So you see it's a negative. And then we're gonna actually go up the hill. When we come around this turn right here, we're going back up the hill. And right here is where I have to sell out. I have no, you see right now, I let people pass me and I'm starting to lose all my power. I'm trying to put it in, but they still really going back. I cannot let them get away from me. So that means that I really have to sell out. And I wasn't, because in my head, I wasn't thinking that way, but all I had to do is sell out till it got the, it's at 4 kilometers. All I needed to do is get to 2.7. So I should have sold out more than what I was. I was thinking that I can catch them on the top of the hill, but they got there a little too far ahead of me. And you see I'm in 15th right now. And this is where I messed up in this race. Trust me, the next time I race this race, I will sell out here. From here all the way up to it's gonna go to 2.8 when we go, I think it's 2.7 when we go under the next thing, when we get the next power. So once we go into that next power, that's where I needed to hit this thing at. And that's where I missed it. This is where I lost the race right there. In this little section right here, it wasn't that hard. It's just I should have hit it harder to stay closer, because I let them get too far ahead of me on this. And by the time I got ready to catch up to them, they was on the downhill, which put them they put them like 10 seconds ahead of me right then. And that was just too far ahead for me to ever catch back up. Now, I know that from now on, and I know to sell out right there at that one spot. And I think that's what I'm gonna have to do to win this race. I can win this race, hill and all, because the hill is far enough back where I can catch up on the other side of the hill, but I must be up with the top 5 riders. I cannot let myself get this far behind again, because it cost me the race. And so, as you see, as we get over the hill, if I'm riding with everybody and we meet the other side of the hill, this is what I used to do with these. I used to always tell these, if I can get up to the top of the hill with you, y'all are in trouble on the other side of the hill. So you see, naturally, I don't have to put a lot of power in, and I'm still catching, even though they riding fast in front of me, I'm still doing at least 5 or 6 kilometers faster than everybody else around me. So all I have to do is get to the top of the hill. I'll be tired as all I know, but I can just simply power through. Look, I'm not putting that many watts into it, and I'm flying down the hill. If I can get to the hill with everyone else, I can get over the hill and beat everyone. Because once I get to the bottom of the hill, this is the trick for big guys. And I'm gonna let y'all know this. You don't have to hit the arrow helmet at the end of the race at the sprint. The one thing you gotta get the Aero helmet is once you see it's -3 and -1. It's not low enough for me to super tuck. And that's one thing about this. Now, once it hits -0 right here, wait till it starts to climb back up into the regular numbers, and then you hit the Aero helmet, and it'll allow you to hold a lot of that speed coming off that hill. It will. It'll allow you to hold a lot of that speed coming off the hill. And then once that Aero helmet runs out, you just kind of power through the sprint at the end. But what happens is a lot of them try to power up to keep up with you because you're starting to leave them too far behind. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching the race. Thank y'all for giving me all my comments. Help me get to 100 likes and help me get to 200 subscribers by May. With that, I want to let y'all know, ride on.